Hello, Lisa here. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to this. We're gonna look at a bunch of stuff. This is all stuff sent to me by the lovely Maria of Studio Artemy. There's a story. We're gonna get into the story. We're gonna look at the stuff, and I have a bunch of fun things to show you. So if you're into just like a little pile of goodies, then stick around. Let's get into it. So let's start with the story. So Maria of Studio Artemy actually reached out to me because of my previous review of the AstroSoul Oracle deck. Now, I bought this some time ago, and I actually had recently decided to declutter it. And one of the main reasons that I decided, it actually lost out in a this or that video, which I will try to remember to link that up in the eye. One of the main reasons why I decided to let this one go is because it has these wonderful keywords in the moon phases. And then, yeah. So I make sure I have the right one here. But then it didn't have any of those keywords on the planets, but it had keywords on the houses, right? And it didn't have them. So I felt like I could use it. Like, it's pretty, it's beautiful. The AstroSoul is a gorgeous astrological deck, but it just felt like it was less usable to me. So I just felt like, I don't know, I wasn't going to end up using it quite as much. And anyways, okay, so it's kind of a roundabout story. Maria contacted me and said, hey, I really appreciated what you had to say about my deck. And based on your, like, I'd commented on the lack of keywords for the planets in an earlier video, I guess during my original walkthrough. And Maria said she had decided to then add the keywords to the planets in a later edition. So she wanted to send me the updated edition, which I thought was really sweet, so I could take a look at it and share it with you guys. So this is my original edition, and this is the new edition. So they look very, very similar. The only thing that's different is that this doesn't have the AstroSoulDeck.com website printed on the box. I think that's the only real difference. There's a little bit of a difference. No, even the box seems to be printed the same way. Everything else seems pretty much the same. You can kind of tell that my box, some of the foiling is a little tiny bit more worn than the new one. I mean, it's really hard to tell. But in this new one, there are more keywords on the cards. So let me show you. Now, this is something that I personally find really helpful for an astrological deck, especially being somebody who's relatively new to astrology. So in the signs, you have the ruling planet and the astrological glyph. So here for Aries, we have the ruling planet of Mars and the astrological glyph, as well as the constellation for Aries. So that is how the sign cards are done all the way through. Capricorn, Aquarius, Gemini. Okay, and then we get into our planets. And now we have the sign that planet rules. So we have Leo above, and then we have the sun, and then we have a few keywords for this planet. So we have self-expression, ego, creativity, and identity. And that is true through the moon, all the other planets, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Pluto, and then we're into the houses again. So this is fantastic. Love this. And we just keep going through. Oh, it does actually point out, this is worth pointing out because I actually get it now. So your first house is also your ascending. So it says ascending in parentheses there. And then your fifth house, one of these houses, yeah, here, your fourth house is your IC. I forget what that stands for, but it's like the is it the midheaven? Oh gosh, you guys, I'm really bad at this. And then the DC. I think the IC is the above. One of them is the below middle point, and one of them is the above. This might be I think the 8th house is actually the above middle point. Anyway, kind of cool that that's on there. Medium coli is the 10th house. Y'all, I don't know. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I do like that the houses they've always had this keyword. And then I don't know why I don't really know what the story is with the glyphs here. This might tell us which sign and which planet is most at home or rules this particular house. That could be what that means. And then you have the, what are these called? The aspects. I'm just going to double check because I actually can't remember if my original one with the aspects actually had keywords. So let me just check my original one. Find some aspects. Give me some aspects. Yeah, they did. So there's a trine and it does have an aspect. And it also has the degrees. So 0 degrees is a conjunction or within a certain amount, right? 60 degrees is a sextile. That's the angle. 90-degree square. So we have our other things. And then we have vertex, We also have some keywords here for the asteroids. So for Lilith, we have repressed desires, Chiron, wounded healer, Ceres is nurture, Pallas Athene is inner wisdom. So that's really cool. Vesta, Juno. And then we have a retrograde card. And then we have the moon phases. And these, I believe, did have keywords on them before. So that's great. And then we have the South Node, Gifts and Lessons, the North Node, Destiny and Challenges. Then we have Lunar Eclipse and Solar Eclipse both have keywords. And then we have Cazimi and Stellium. Now I know, I can't remember what a Cazimi is. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it says in the heart. I do know what a stellium is because Peggy has one of these in her chart, and it's reinforcement and concentration. It's when you have 3 signs all within a few degrees of each other, all in the same sign, I believe. Don't, again, quote me on anything astrological, but this is a beautiful astrology deck. I'm really excited to have a copy of the new version of it that has the extra keywords. And now, of course, I want to keep it because it has all this beautiful extra info. And the guidebook that comes with this deck is really, really great. I have another astrology deck that I really enjoy and I think works better as like an oracle deck. But again, for like laying out a birth chart or just having a deck to reference, this is a fun one. And now that it's been slightly updated with the extra keywords, I want to keep it. So that's the verdict on that one. But my original first edition will still be rehomed. Anyways, point is, it was really, really cool to hear from a creator who was like, hey, I saw your review and like that feedback was really useful and like, here's how we're putting it into place. So that was super fun. And when we were talking about this, she asked me if I wanted to take a look at her tarot deck. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. Her production quality is always really beautiful. So she sent me the tarot deck, but she sent me 2 different versions of it. So I know myself. I know that I'm going to want the purple one. But there are 2 different colorways. One is purple with a holographic foil accent. And one is this gorgeous, like deep forest green with like a coppery accent. These decks, just at first glance, aesthetically gorgeous. We're going to do a quick flip through of the purple one. Well, should I flip through them side by side? I don't think I'm going to because I think I'll show you a couple of cards from the green one at the end is I think what I'll do. But the green one is called Emerald Anima. And the purple one is called Fate Will Find... Oh, nope. That's not right. Amethyst Aura. Do they both say Fate Will Find a Way? Yes, they both say Fate Will Find a Way on the side there. So we're going to take a look. But for now, let's get into the purple one. Oh, nice sturdy 2-piece box. Look at this gorgeous key. I hope my lights show the kind of holographic. It's way easier to see the holographic rainbows, I feel like, in lower light. Like, I don't know if you can tell. It's hard to describe. When you're not in like these really bright like lights that I have going so you guys can see the cards well, it's the details are just so much more visible. Oh, so pretty. So we have the key in the lid of the box and then the keyhole in the bottom. And it says, open the gates of occult knowledge. How beautiful. So I'm expecting that these are going to have an astrological influence because Maria has that heavy astrological bent to her work. We have quite a chunky little guidebook, which I'm excited to take a peek at. We'll set that aside. And here's the backs of the cards. Oh, I want to show you the rainbow. I hope it picks up on camera. It's really hard for me to tell in the viewfinder if it's picking it up, but it's really pretty, like rainbow silver holographic. And then the edges of the deck are actually a matte dusty purple to match the cards. Oh, so pretty. So this is a sigil-like deck. I'm trying to think if I have any other sigil-like tarots. I do not. One of my Unicorn fan members had asked about the Weaver Tarot, but I don't have that deck. And I don't think I have any sigil-based tarot decks, which is exciting because it means there's nothing competing with this, which is exciting. But the cardstock on this feels really nice. I'm guessing it's a 350 GSM with a nice like snap to it. The rainbows though, okay, let me just zoom in. The rainbows are so pretty. I love rainbows. Okay. So gorgeous. So we're starting off with key 0. This is like our Fool card, and we have this like arrow, like kind of feeling. It looks like a bow sort of stretched, and we're about to be shot off into the universe. And then we have Uranus up here at the top, which is our astrological glyph or astrological association for the Fool. So pretty. I love all the foiling. It's very cosmic. Then we have our Magician. We have the caduceus here, the wand. There's a lot of esoteric symbolism here. We have the 4 alchemical symbols for the 4 elements here, and we have I was going to say Neptune. We have Mercury up at the top for our astrological glyph. We have the caduceus. We have the third eye point here, the wings. I mean, there's a lot of esoteric symbolism here. Oh my goodness, look at the high priestess. We've got the water. We have the dark and the light pillar. This is very magical feeling. The Empress, so beautiful. And we have, of course, the crown of stars. We have Venus. Oh, I forgot to point out we have the moon. For the high priestess, we have Venus. For the emperor, we have Aries. I love the rigidity and the structure. Oh, this is really pretty. The oracle for the Hierophant, Taurus. We have the staff here, the crossed keys. The lovers. Oh, it's like a mirror. That's like an invitation to self-love to me, but that's Gemini. I love that. I love the way that this was designed. The Chariot, ruled by Cancer. Did I talk about? Yeah, I did say Gemini for the lovers. Leo for strength and position 8. Literally looks like a lollipop to me. I'm just saying. Curious what the guidebook says about strength. We're going to peek. I know. I always say I'm never going to peek, but I'm peeking. Okay, there's like quotes. That's making me really excited. Okay, so it says, there's this big quote on the left-hand side of the major arcana. I don't know if it does that through the whole deck. No, it does that in the majors. So for strength, it says, maybe what threatens us is losing control over who we are. Strength and fragility go hand in hand. To be strong is to express our vulnerability without fear. So it says the strength card appears as a reminder to be courageous. It is traditionally depicted as a woman taming a lion in a gentle way. She's using kindness instead of force. This card is a reminder that our vulnerability is our greatest strength. We all have weaknesses, and that is only part of our human existence. The strength card is related to the astrological sign of Leo. Bold, brave, and loyal. Leo is connected to the heart. As Brené Brown said, courage is a heart word. The root of the word courage is cor, the Latin word for heart. In one of its earliest forms, the word courage meant to speak one's mind by telling all one's heart. That's beautiful. I wish it told us a little bit more about this choice here of the staff. Maybe one of you guys who are watching this can have an epiphany about this, but for some reason, this one is like, I'm not quite grasping the symbol here, but I love that it's got the lemniscate above. There is thorns here, and I'm wondering if part of it is like grasping hold of something, knowing it's going to wound, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. Curious about your thoughts. Here we have the Hermit. That's so pretty. Fortuna. So this will be fate. Sorry, for the Hermit, it's Virgo. For Fortuna, which is the Wheel of Fortune, we have Jupiter. Justice. Look at this. So pretty. I hope you guys are catching some of this foiling. It's so pretty. So this is Libra. The Hanged One. I love this one. That's Neptune. Death. It's like a phoenix. Look at that. That's Scorpio. I love that. Alchemy. Yes. Sagittarius for Temperance. Temperance is a very alchemical card, so this really works for me. The Devil is, of course, the Mirror with the inverted pentacle, which, of course, speaks to matter or the material world over spirit, ruling over spirit. I love the Mirror. That totally works, and that is Capricorn. And then we have the Tower for Mars. The Star is Aquarius. The Moon is Pisces. Look at this sun. Oh, with the holographic. And I don't think the camera's fully doing it justice. Let's see what happens if I just turn my lights down for a second, just so you can kind of get the feeling. I don't know if that'll... Oh, yeah. See, like in normal light, you can really see the rainbows. I'm almost tempted to do the rest of the video like this, but I feel like it's a little too dark, so... But hopefully you've seen the rainbow effect a bit. Judgment. Gosh, what is that glyph? I'm drawing a blank. It's not... Is it Mercury? No. I forget. Who is that? Is it Pluto? I always forget. I wonder if it's Pluto. Anyway, I forget. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. The Universe card. I love this. We have our 4 fixed signs here. We have the sun and the moon in equal balance. We have the squared circle, or kind of a symbol of the squared circle. Magnum Opus is our extra card, which, of course, the Magnum Opus is alchemically important. Okay. Oops, and now we're into our suits. So we're starting off with the wand suit, and we have the Ace of Candles. This will be our wand suit. We have the fire symbol up there. Oh, I love this. Okay, so we do have, and I don't know what system it follows. I think Maria told me, and I don't remember. I know it won't fully align with Thoth, but I think a lot of it will. It might just be the court cards that don't. So we have, I think the rest of this will align with the decans that we are traditionally correspond to the tarot. So for the Two of Wands, we have Mars in Aries. For the Three of Wands, we have the Sun in Aries. And the 4, we have Venus in Aries. So I think this does align with traditional correspondences. We have Saturn in Leo for the 5 of Wands. We have Jupiter in Leo for the 6 of Wands. And these are very pippish cards, but they're beautiful. We have Mars in Leo for the 7. We have Mercury in Sagittarius for the 8. I never really thought of Mercury in Sagittarius for the 8. I also love how this looks like an arrow kind of pulling back its string and releasing all 8 of the candles. Super cool. We have the Moon in Sagittarius for the 9. And we have Saturn in Sagittarius for the 10. Ah, yes. Okay, so we have the Princess. So she is Earth of Fire. This is where it is. Yeah, okay, this is where it was. So in Thoth or in the Golden Dawn tradition, the Prince of Fire would actually be Heir of Fire. So she's using the system where it's Fire of Fire for the Prince or the Knight, the traditional Knight. And then we have the Queen is Water of Fire. That's the same across both systems. And then the King, or in the Thoth or the Golden Dawn would be the Knight, it's Air of Fire. So those are technically reversed from what the Golden Dawn system is. Oh, I feel like I'm getting the rainbow. I can't tell. Okay. Then we have elixirs. So this it definitely feels more astrological alchemical. So the Ace of Elixirs there's our water symbol. We have the 2, so this is Venus in Cancer. Such a perfect, yeah. We have Mercury in Cancer for the 3 of Cups, and the Moon in Cancer for the 4 of Cups. Mars in Scorpio for the 5 of Cups, and the Sun in Scorpio for the 6 of Cups. Oops, there we go. Venus in Scorpio for the 7. Saturn in Gemini for the 8. No, not Gemini. Aquarius. Saturn in Aquarius for the 8. Jupiter in Aquarius for the 9. No, not Aquarius. Is that? Hold on. Pisces. You guys. Okay, it's late. Saturn in Pisces. It's late when I'm filming this. Jupiter in Pisces. That's better. 10 is... Jupiter in Pisces makes so much sense for the 9. And then the Sun in Pisces is the 10. Or sorry, Mars in Pisces is the 10. Y'all. I should stop talking. Okay. Princess of Elixirs. This will be our Prince or Page of Cups is Earth of Water. Then we have the Prince or the Knight of Cups. The Queen of Elixirs is Water of Water. Love these. And the King of Elixirs is, in this deck, Air of Water. And then we have Keys, which will be our sword suit. And that makes sense to me because, of course, swords are like the unlocking of knowledge. They're associated with the intellect. So keys make sense to me. We have the Ace. We have Moon in Libra for the 2 of Swords, or 2 of Air, 2 of Keys in this case. We have Saturn in Libra for the 3, which now that I look at this and I'm thinking about the astrological glyphs more specifically, the Saturn in Libra for the 3 of Swords makes so much sense. Jupiter in Libra for the 4 of Swords, or 4 of Keys. Venus in Aquarius for the 5 of Keys. Again, this is the sword suit. So we have Mercury in Aquarius for the 6. Moon in Aquarius for the 7. I love this alignment here. Jupiter in Gemini. Jupiter in Gemini for the 8. I always want to mix up Gemini and Pisces. That is always my issue. Mars in Gemini for the 9. Wait, really? Mars in Gemini for the 9 of Wands. Oh, that doesn't make sense. Okay. Sun in Gemini for the 10. And then we have our Princess. Oops. Our Prince. Our Queen. Oh, I love that she's got this ornate gate. That makes so much sense to me. And the King, the even more like rigid gate there. And then we are into the discs, the coins, the pentacles, and we have the talismans in this deck. And it is the earthly suits. We have the Ace of Talismans. The 2 is Jupiter in Capricorn. Mars in Capricorn for the 3 of Pentacles. Sun in Capricorn for the 4 of Pentacles. Then we have Mercury in Taurus for the 5. Moon in Taurus for the 6. Saturn in Taurus for the 7. Sun in Virgo for the 8. Venus in Virgo for the 9, and Mercury in Virgo for the 10. Then we have our Princess of Talismans, our Prince. I love that scythe. That's cool. Our Queen. And our King. This is really interesting that it's a sword. That could really throw people, I feel like. But in this deck, it's air over earth. So the sword would have a reference alchemically to the energy of the card. So we're going to take a quick peek at the guidebook, and then I've got one more goodie to show you guys before I wrap this video up. So let's give this a little shuffle. Oh, I'm throwing the cards. It's really lovely. It's a really pretty deck. Working with this deck like by candlelight would be really fun. Working with this deck beside AstroSoul could be really special as well. Gosh, the rainbows in some of these are just like extra spectacular. Or it's just the way they're catching the light, but oh, they're so pretty. So the green one, now that I've gone through this, let me show you a couple cards of the green version, which is the Emerald Anima. So this is the same kind of thing, only instead of a rainbow holographic card, it's this gorgeous emerald green with this beautiful copper foiling. So you see it's very, very, very pretty. Much more earthy and kind of grounded feeling. Whereas I feel like the purple one is a lot more kind of crown chakra feeling. So it's more about like which one you're more drawn to. I feel like the contrast in this one is a little bit more intense. So if you're looking for a deck that will photograph well, I kind of feel like the green might have more of that contrast to show really well. But other than that, my understanding is that they are identical. It's just a different colorway. So keep an eye out on my channel. I'm sure I'll be doing something fun with that. But anyway, let's take a look at the guidebook. So I loved these like quotes in the major arcana. You get this nice big quote for all the majors, but let's take a quick peek at the layout of this. Ooh, Fata viam invenient, fate will find a way. Table of contents, that is tiny print, but it is usable, but it's tiny. So we have a prologue. Yeah, the purpose behind the creation of this work is to remind others of what they have forgotten. Technology has made us increasingly disconnected from our relationship with occult knowledge and spirituality. Okay. So tarot, astrology, and numerology. So there's some information here about the 36 decans. There is a decan wheel, the astrological correspondences for the minor arcana, which is the 36 decans. So you can see which planet rules which sign rules which decan. So it's a quick handy chart. And then there's also a table of correspondences between the decan rulers and the minor arcana. Spiritual alchemy. So there's some information here about the stages of alchemy. This is so super cool. So we have calcination or dissolution is associated in this deck with the wands or fire. Separation, swords and air. Conjunction, fermentation and distillation with the cups and water. And coagulation with pentacles and earth. I really want to dig into this chapter actually. So then we have some information here around fate and destiny. Major arcana, and then we get into the card meanings. So the majors are set up, so you have this quote, you have the title of the card, some keywords, a write-up, and then a reversed meaning if you're into that, just a single page per card. And then for the minors, so there's a little introduction to each minor suit. Love that. And then you have quite a chunk of information on the ace and the 2. So these are meaty, which is really exciting actually. It seems like you almost get more information for the minor arcana. It does speak to the element. The Lord of Victory for the 6 of Candles would have been, I think, the Golden Dawn name. And then the astrological influence is written here. And very cool. Let's see what the quartz look like. Okay, so Princess, Prince, Queen, and King. Really, really cool. So there's a picture of Maria. She says, the purpose of life may be uncertain, yet we can find tools that help us to understand different layers of our human existence by unraveling our truth as well as deepening our connection with the universe. And there's some acknowledgments in the back. There are some really cool looking spreads, including one about alchemizing your beauty, alchemizing your reality. And they're credited. Yeah, I've partnered with Anthony Parada and Josh Vandenbush, who are 2 of my favorite content creators, to prevent you with these 4 unique spreads. That's cool. So there we have it, the Fortuna Tarot deck. So this is the purple version, which I kind of mauled in this walkthrough. This will be my copy. Yeah, that's really cool. Okay, so before we go away, we're going to take a quick look at the last thing that Maria sent me to share with you guys and to check out. So this is the Astralis Compendium. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. By Studio Artemy. This is a really beautiful hardbound journal with gilt pages that actually says Astra per Aspera, id Astra per Aspera. I don't know what that means, you guys, but really beautiful gold foiling, matte gold foiling on the cover. It's almost got like a rose gold tint to it, like a little bit of pink kind of sheen. I don't know how else to describe it. Oh, there's a sticker. You guys know I love me some stickers. Let's put that in my sticker pile. And a really beautiful embossed as above, so below bookmark. That's gorgeous. That's beautiful. So you start out, ad astra per aspera. So that's what it actually says on the gilding. I don't know if you guys will be able to see that. It's really hard to show. There you go. So that says, to the stars through hardship. Ooh, very interesting. So you got a spot to mark your journal belonging to you. So it says it is a guided journal to learn how to cultivate a magic practice by channeling the energies of the celestial bodies in your everyday life, transforming the mundane into the extraordinary. So it talks about how to use this journal. It says it's divided into 2 sections. So the first section is for a daily practice, which includes some reflections and activities to help integrate the planets into your everyday life. And then the second section is, it says it explores the realm of the transpersonal planets, making this a goal/dream tracker, gratitude journal, and shadow work journal all in one. So I don't know what that means. We're going to dig into it and see. But so here we're getting into our first page. So we have planetary magic. You have a day of the week, date and time, planetary rulership, and transits. It says, today I'm using the energy of blah to help me. And then it says, today I'm honoring myself by channeling the energy of these planetary alignments as I'm seeking to, and then you have a space to fill that in. And then notes, it says, include any extra information about any planetary alignments or transits you find relevant. Then you have Tarot and Oracle. How is this card representing me in my mood? How can this card offer me guidance? What lessons am I integrating? What challenges am I overcoming? My focus for the day is, and any notes on the card. And so you get a bunch of pages like this. Let's see where this changes. So that keeps going. That must be the first section that she was talking about. So that goes until you get quite a few of those pages. It's cool that there's like an astrology and a sort of tarot pull. And then you switch over to some very planet-specific work. So you have Uranus for a goal and dream tracker, Neptune for a gratitude journal. Neptune for a gratitude journal. And this has basically, what are my goals and how can I ensure I support them? Describe any relevant dreams. And then for the gratitude section, it's a positive thought or affirmation to carry me through the day and things that happened today that had a positive impact on my life. So it's kind of like a check-in at the beginning and the end of the day probably. And then for shadow work, it's a mood tracker, like how do I feel today? And there's a set of 15 different moods you can select. Emotional transmutation, write down or describe your emotions today as a way to channel how you feel. And it talks about remembering both positive and negative emotions are valid. And it's important for us to equally acknowledge them. And then what are my feelings or emotions teaching me about myself today? How can I learn from this? And what can I learn? So that goes and continues. So you have the Uranus and Pluto work through, I think, is that it? I think that takes us to the back of the book. So essentially you have the first section is planetary magic and tarot and oracle card pulls, and then the second section is the goal and dream tracker, gratitude, and shadow work pages. So unless I'm missing something, oh, is there a built-in bookmark? Hold on. You guys, it's such a silly thing, but like it's a thing that I like. So there is a really nice built-in satin bookmark. So see, they include a really beautiful bookmark, but like also it comes with a gorgeous bookmark. So that's exciting. I love this as above, so below. I love a really good bookmark. So yeah, that's cool. So that is the Astralis, I can't speak, the Astralis Compendium by Maria. And I'm really excited about all this. I will have links to all these products down below, both versions of the Fortuna deck, the Astralis journal, and the AstroSoul, which has been updated with keywords for the planets. So I'm really excited to have been able to share all these stuff. I'm really excited to have been able to share these goodies with you. These are all really, really beautifully produced. I am really most excited, I would say, about the Fortuna Tarot. I don't have anything like that right now, and I think it'll be really fun when I want to get into the astrology or just kind of dip into that style of reading. I hope it was fun for you and useful for you to take a look at all these things, and I would love to hear what you guys think. Do you have any of these goodies? Have you used any of them? I'd love to hear from you down below. I'm sure that will help other people who are looking at this as well. Do you see yourself having a use for any of these kinds of things? Always curious. I'm really especially interested to hear from those of you who are really drawn to this sort of sigil style of deck. I haven't ever worked with one like that. It remains to be seen if that is something I work with long term, but I am excited to try and to check it out and to see what I think. And this one is absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, I'm just excited to hear what you guys think down below, so let me know. I almost forgot. She also threw in this really cute, like, wrap sort of satchel thing, and it fits the deck. Look, it goes right in there with its box and everything. Look at that. It's so cute. And then you have the ribbon to wrap around it. That's a really nice little thing to include. It feels like a vegan leather or suede kind of deal. Fun, right? So yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. This was such a fun video to film, to be able to sort of share all of the goodies with you guys. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions down below, so drop those in the comments. Let me know if you have any of these things, how you use them, if you use them, what you think of them, and if you don't have them, what you think of them. I'm always really curious to hear your guys' take on stuff, particularly around astrology and alchemy and the idea of working with like a more sigil sort of styled tarot deck. Is that something that's appealing to you? Or do you like something that's much more visual? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to click the like button if you enjoyed this video or you found value in it. Subscribe if you're new here, and don't forget to click the little notification bell so you're notified of all my future videos and live streams. Thank you all so much, and may your magic always shine from the inside out. Bye guys!